to this show. I am pleased to be joined tonight by Mr. Richard Foster. Good evening, Richard.
Good evening, Dickie.
Richard is Head of Creative Arts at the Gateway School in Tilbury.
Academy, actually.
Sorry, yes, Academy, whatever that is. He's here tonight to talk about learning theories. Richard, everyone's familiar with learning styles: the visual learner, the auditory learner, the other one.
Kinesthetic learner.
Yes, thank you. Yes, kinesthetic. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, partially, yes. Basically, an individual's learning style is the method that best suits them to personally gather and use knowledge. But the learning styles you mentioned are in fact just one of many learning theories.
Right, so you're going to be talking to us all about these other learning theories, are you?
Not all of them, no, there are hundreds, and this is only a 5-minute discussion.
So what learning theories are you going to be talking about?
Well, I'd like to talk about Kolb's learning theory.
Ah, yes, experiential learning.
Indeed, immediate or concrete experiences leading to observations and reflections.
Can you break that down for the viewers, please?
Well, it means that when we experience something, we think about what happened, we review it, replay it in our minds. We then make judgments about it, whether it was a beneficial experience, whether we enjoyed it, whether we should retain the information for later use, etc. We then make decisions about how we will use the experience in the future. Finally, we try out this newly acquired knowledge in new situations, ultimately leading to new experiences, and so the cycle is repeated. Additionally, we could enter the cycle from any point. For example, we could plan for something to take place, carry out the activity, think about our experiences, and then plan for the next activity, having taken our previous experiences into account.
I see. Well, that sounds simple enough. Thank you for coming in, Richard.
There's a little more to it than that.
Thought there might be.
Kolb also suggests that there are distinct learning styles that will affect the balance of how much time we dedicate to each of the processes within the cycle.
I see. So if we're a hands-on type of person, we'll spend less time reflecting about our experiences and planning them, and more time getting our hands dirty.
Yes, that type of person has an accommodating learning style, according to Kolb. I like to think of them as Tom Paris from Voyager. Brave and active, but not always thinking before they act.
I wonder what style I prefer. I think I might be the opposite of Tom.
Well, I would say so too. You strike me as an assimilator.
Aha! The Borg!
Quite. The assimilating learning preference is for a logical approach. These people require good, clear explanation rather than practical opportunity. They're organised and logical. People with this learning style are important for effectiveness in information and science careers. They prefer lectures and reading. They like having time to think things through.
I'll have to think about that and get back to you. And what about you, Richard?
Well, after studying Kolb's learning styles on the course I'm participating in and looking at a few decent websites, for example businessballs.com, I feel I vary between two quite opposing learning styles. On the one hand, I'm Captain Janeway, the diverging learning style. I like working in groups towards a common goal, listening to the opinions of others, gathering information, being creative. On the other hand, I also like the technical tasks that deal with problem solving. I'm Commander Riker, the converging learner. I like to experiment with new ideas. I think that most people will have a learning style that they favour naturally, but that their upbringing and experiences could give them strengths in other styles, learned behaviours and skills.
I see. And can you give me some examples of how your opposing learning styles has helped you in your role as Head of Creative Arts?
Certainly. As a diverging learner, I'm quite happy to oversee meetings, for example, while I'm listening to my colleagues' ideas about events that we're planning. I play devil's advocate, pick up on those things that people have said and garner responses from those present to develop these ideas. I sound people out in discussion forums, relying and depending on their personal specialist skills to come to some conclusion that satisfies all parties and produces a successful plan.
And as Commander Riker?
As the converging learner, I will work into the small hours researching and creating plans that I will then present in their complete form to my colleagues without any need for negotiation. I have the technical skills to produce polished devices in the form of lesson plans, spreadsheets, media products and so on that facilitate my plans or provide resources for my colleagues to use in their roles.
Fascinating. Well, I'm afraid we've run out of time today, but thank you for coming in and speaking with us, and I look forward to speaking with you again later on in your course.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.